Paul Hampton, thank you for a $20 super chat. 20 Canadian dollars. Damn it. I got to be nice to Canada. Canada's carrying me for this stream. Thank you for helping this noob learn something every day. My Luminar QAV SJB kit comes in 2 days. What's the best toolkit that you recommend? I'm going to show you some toolkits. The real answer is to go to my website, fpvknowitall.com. fpvknowitall.com. And in the shopping list section, I've got a list of tools you can pick up. And that's what I suggest. But I also show both the Newbie Drone and the Flywoo toolkits. And these toolkits are pretty good. None of them are perfect, but they're, I think, worth your money. The Newbie Drone toolkit, soldering iron, tweezers, flux pen, solder, multi-tool, driver, little ratcheting prop wrench. Frickin' love this thing. This is money right here. This little thing, pay $10 for that all by itself. And a cutter. Pretty decent quality tools, even a soldering practice board. Very nice. The Flywoo toolkit, however, I gotta say, this portable multimeter, money. I have this in my toolkit. It's not like a great multimeter, but for the size of the thing, it folds up. It's fully self-contained. Very nice. I think the quality of the tools on the Flywoo kit is a little lower than the quality of the tools on the Newbie Drone kit. But you get this really nice multimeter, and that's something. You can buy the multimeter separately. Still. I think of the two, I'd take the Newbie Drone kit and then buy the multimeter separately. But either of those is good, and it's worth a try.
Did we mention MIP drivers?
Well, sure. I mean,
I just feel like King Click actually says I strip out every 2 millimeter hex driver I get.
Yeah.
The other ones are fine. Yeah, if they have a MIP version of that, my experience with MIP has been really good. So.
I mean, MIP drivers are good, but they're expensive as hell.
Sure, so it's just if you never want to worry about stripping something.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know this particular driver, actually. And I don't know this driver either. So, these... Is it this one? Maybe. I have had a set of drivers with... it's not that one. This is it. So the bits that come with this RDQ all-in-one driver are very good. They're not MIP quality. Nothing's MIP quality. But they're quite good, and it's only $30 for the driver. I've said that I would buy this driver just for the bits. Like a MIP driver is going to cost you $15 just for like one driver. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
3, on Amazon.
Yeah. So here's a set of MIP drivers, 1.5, 2.0, and 2.5 for $50. Like, more power to you. They're the best drivers. But you got to really freaking want them. You can also get
so much on quads. It's like, why don't you just you buy some drivers?
It's true. You can also get MIP bits separately. I don't know where those would be. Yeah, so you can get the bits separately. Here, not the speed. I don't know. Here we go. Yeah, oh, these. I see. So you could also get these. It's $35 just for the bits. That's not actually that much cheaper. Anyway. Something to think about. MIP are very, very good. But also expensive. I've done fine with this style of bit for a long time. But, so I don't think you need the MIP bits, but they are very nice. I have them because someone gifted them to me. I feel guilty. They gifted me a set of MIP drivers with a 1.5, a 2.0, a 2.5, and a 3.0. And I'm not carrying the 3.0 with me in my backpack because I never use a 3.0. So, but I'm not going to throw it out. So it's just sitting over there on my Toolkit bench, never to be used. There you go. Milo says, in your kit, it says you need to buy your own receiver. What receiver do you recommend for an analog setup? In the build that I do, I use an Express LRS receiver. If you want to follow along with the build, that's what you should buy too. I have 10 M10 GPS units. Even the micro M10s are better than a large M8, says CB Runner. Thanks for a $5 super chat, CB Runner. The M10s are really good. Trevor Knutson, thank you for a $5 super chat, says, I'm having trouble remapping channels on my quad in Betaflight. I feel like I messed something up when updating the RXSR. Longer explanation in comments. All right, let's see what Trevor has to say. Says, I just finished soldering up my quad. I had a hell of a time getting it to bind, but I finally got it to bind after updating the RXSR to FCC access. After connecting to the flight controller, I'm using SpeedyB F4 stack and the QX7 Plus. I mean, Trevor, do you have movement in your receiver tab? And do the correct channels move? The flashing of the firmware to the receiver can't change the channel mapping. People are listing quads that use a 3mm driver. Fair enough. Yeah, the firmware that you flash, Trevor. Yes, I do. The correct ones don't move, but they're jumping all over the place. Aha! So, Trevor, if they're jumping all over the place, I've seen that happen before. If, like, you set your protocol to S-Bus, but it's actually using F-port, and so the serial data that's coming in just makes the channels go crazy. So my guess is that you have the wrong protocol selected in the receiver tab. So it's not a channel mapping issue. It's a receiver protocol issue. Joe Buckingham says, I'm listening and about to head home from a late shift. Thanks for everything you've helped with and what you put into the community. Thank you, Joe, and thank you for 20 pounds. It is a late shift. It's in the UK. It's like 2 a.m. No, Trevor. If the channels in the receiver tab are just kind of going, that probably has nothing to do with the receiver or the transmitter. That probably is you have the wrong protocol selected in the receiver tab. But I don't think it's the receiver or the transmitter.